Тэр үед бол яг хуу эмчнэр бол ерөөсөн одоо хагалаад л аваад байх. Дахин л одоо хагалгаанд ороод одоо үүсгээр зэрэгэл одоо ихсгээр наваад байх юм ярьжсэн байхгүй. Тэр миний тэр өвчин ерөөсөн.
The physicians repeatedly talked about excising the growth every time it appeared. This disease was not common in Mongolia, and after multiple recurrences, the baffled and frustrated patients unexpectedly found Dr. Batter. He just took my pulse and said that he can heal me. I had an analysis after 14 months, and that much liquid had disappeared completely.
Одоо тэрнээс хойш одоо бүтэн 8 жил болчихлоо шүү дээ. Идэгснээс хойш.
8 years have already passed after that time, and Dr. Nansarma told me that the size of it was 12 times 8 centimeters in August 2001, but we saw it in October 9, 2001, and it was completely gone. I have history of my disease, records, and everything with me. Now Janchev lives and works healthy and sound, so it must not be considered that it happened just accidentally. A patient whose name is Yadamjav Janchev was operated on August 6, 2001. But after that first surgery, he came to me with the diagnosis that the tumor had appeared again. Then exactly on the right lower side of the abdominal cavity in the colon area, there was a tumor the size of about 12.8 times 6 centimeters with liquid inside. However, Dr. Batter treated him under his direction every 2 months, and the tumor was reducing. Finally, the nucleus of the tumor disappeared when they checked it back in 2003. This disease generally recurs after treatment and surgery, but Dr. Batter has cured it through his treatment. Later, when the patient returned for consultation in April 2009, the nucleus of the tumor was not seen at all. The results of Dr. Batter's treatment were great, as the cancer was completely cured. As I work on the oncologic center, I often see suffering people, so I must thank Dr. Batter, and understood that there is an effective treatment and traditional medicine that can cure it.
Бас одоо энэ нэгэнт би одоо энэ хавдар судлалын төвд ажилладаг бас одоо ийм өвчин зөвөртэй улсууд надтай дандаа бас тааралддаг. Учираас одоо бас эмчилгээ бас энэ ийм эмчилгээ байдсан юм байна. Эмчилгээ хийх одоо ардын эмчилгээгээр бас эмчилэгддэг өвчин юм байна гэж бас ойлгож эндээ их бас Баатар эмчилт бас талархаж байгаамаа.
Well, in another situation, a tumor had been proven by ultrasound imaging in Kinti. After another computer analysis, in UB it was revealed there were tumors in 3 parts of the patient's liver. After cell analysis, it was necessary to cut my liver, the patient says. And then right at the door of the hospital, I thought that if I have such a diagnosis, I decided to see just Dr. Batter of South Gobi province. As you know, I was diagnosed first by this echo apparatus and repeated it also here in UB, so you know all the process. It was reduced little by little, and my liver really was cured well, and you joked you couldn't see anything, not even any scars. Generally, there is a little change of scars in the liver, and there are no other changes with any kind of nucleus. But there is something of small excitement when there is nothing left of a big tumor of inflammation. Only small scar about size of 1 centimeter. When did you have your last medical consultation? About 10 years ago, I was diagnosed with the tumor, and after 3 years since then I was cured completely, and I went to a province hospital to be checked again by echo apparatus there. Today I am on the same echo in which I was first analyzed. Now I'm happy that I'm not sick of terrible disease and recovered fully. I have anything except some scars. I thank you, doctor, for your wise diagnosing, and I'm not a sufferer now. Dr. Butter has healed you very well. That's the wonder of traditional medicine. My name is October. I was sick 7 or 8 years ago, and I had terrible pain in my brain and head with the diagnosed tumor in my head. I had shedding tears a lot and sweating very much while I felt unbearable head pain. I was so much troubled when somebody walked around me. Then I went to see Dr. Butter and received his treatment, and now I'm recovered and okay. It seems back in 2002, when we were traveling in the countryside, suddenly my son had a sharp pain over the sacrum. He sat down and couldn't go. After coming back home, 2 or 3 days later, he began to have violent pain, as if his head is breaking, and was shedding tears continuously, sweating profusely. Then we first went to the province clinic hospital, and they said for us to go immediately to the capital. In UB, we went to 3rd hospital, and after computer imaging, it was revealed a cancer in the hypophysis was seen. Our son was there 3 days in bed, and the day of surgery, he had no saw to cut the upper part of his head to open forward his soft palate from his 2 temples. I was so frightened when they said he must be operated on. There is no other way, otherwise you only 2.5 years to live. It was very hard and sad to hear such a horror. And that day at 2 p.m. I took my son from there and went straight to South Gobi province by train. We met this man, and our son spent some 20 days in bed in that other hospital, after which he recovered very nicely. Now still we are in contact and are thankful to him. I have seen my son healthy and alive for 7 years now. It was last year that I suddenly felt nauseous and very sick, vomiting yellow and green liquid. I couldn't move because my stomach area was very painful, with sharp pain in the pancreas and navel area. I've been a strong man who didn't know the suffering of pain, but this pain was just horrible. Someone who is enduring without sleeping and eating quickly loses his weight. It disappears right there. Now I weigh about 90 kilograms, but then I was about 70 kilograms and dispirited when I saw myself as only a head bone remaining. Echo analysis ultrasound showed that I had a tumor the size of 3.3 times 3.1 centimeter. Cirrhosis had doubled and my condition was very grave. Also, there was free fluid in the abdominal cavity. I worked for 4 years as an ambulance driver and brought patients from Selenga province to the oncology hospital here. And I've never seen a patient come back recovered, so I thought my time to die is coming. But I heard about a competent doctor named Batter of South Gobi, and when I went to see him, I didn't tell him anything about my illness. He took my pulse for a while and then became excited and told me that my liver is seriously damaged. You must immediately be treated, and secondly, you have internal bleeding. He also pressed on my belly and asked me how is there. I just told him so. I came here to be treated by you, and treatment began immediately. I was put on an IV drip to cleanse poisoning, etc. And I saw they didn't care if some treatment was additionally European. It's horrible to have fluid in the abdominal cavity. It's impossible to sleep. You remain all the time in a half-sitting position, often having an anesthetic injection, but they wanted to stop it to avoid the injection habit, warning that it will be difficult if it goes into second and third stage. I'm a man, a bad temper, and offended them, telling that I didn't come here to have terrible pain, but to alleviate my pain. A suffering person cannot show a good temper. However, I was taking different medicines, precious pills, etc. The pain was subsiding, and after a month I recovered well. Physicians were surprised, asking me, what did I take and who has treated me? I answered them, I was treated by Dr. Batter of traditional medicine. Then they asked me if I get healed taking herbs, so I said, yes, I'm healthy. When those who first treated me see my old X-ray photographs and other analysis, they ask me, what did I use and who treated me, etc. I always tell them that I have taken only pills of traditional medicine. Recent analysis showed that the first tumor size has reduced considerably. Secondly, there are 6 calcified nuclei the size of 1 centimeter in the liver and tumor, which was on the right side, reduced and calcified. Basically, I'm recovering and now I don't have any suffering. I eat and sleep normally. People talk about different kinds of things, such as if Western medicine is good. That's okay, I don't deny it. So far it's helping people fine, but I can't say that it treats well and cures cancer. It treats blocking up the blood vessels, radiotherapy, etc., and different kinds of things. But while I have heard patients passed away after 3 treatments, generally patients live for about a year. In Eastern Kara, there were 2 friends of mine, teacher Azai and buyer Batter, who had the same diagnosis as me. They tried to solve themselves with European medicine and injection, etc. They didn't follow my words. If they had considered my words, how they would have been, I don't know. Nothing is wrong with traditional medicine. I would say that I just have succeeded.